lives in our hearts, where we are his boss. The people, the state nationals of America, are his boss. The other ones are just part of the corporation, employees of the corporation. Every citizen, U.S. citizen, is an employee of the corporation. This is why these people like Lincoln drive me crazy, and Leah drive me crazy. Because they look at one little definition and call it good and think we're all wrong as American state nationals. They don't know the whole scope. They don't look at everything. So I guess I just have to move on and forgive them for they know not what they do. Eventually they might learn, come around and go, oh shoot, you were right. So I leave it at that. I think it's my job to go out and badmouth them and defend them. I'm not going to do either one. I'll just let them do their own thing. Let the trolls be the trolls. Don't feed them. And go out there and fix the ones that want to be fixed. That's all we can do. Let them say whatever bad things they want to say. I don't care. Doesn't bother me a bit. I don't care if 24 people hate me, if 100 million love me. Doesn't matter. See? So, here's the thing. You can be a citizen. You can be a taxpayer. You can be a person. You can be all these things, and you're an employee of the United States. That's simple. You're an employee of the United States, which is what? Great Britain. Talking about the corporation here, not the United States of America. That's this beautiful land and soil, my country, the one I love so much, with the people in it that I love with all my heart and soul. See, that is the difference. You're going to just love this when I continue with the citizen thing. I'm going to start again. Citizen, 26 CFR, section 1.1-1C, is defined as an artificial entity with a domicile in the District of Columbia. I think that's pretty clear. Law says what it says. It's written down. It's black and white. It says what it says. It's clear and it's concise. It doesn't say what it doesn't say. There it is. Now, I'm going to continue. In 26 U.S.C. section 7701 A9 and A10, a citizen is defined as an artificial entity with a domicile in the District of Columbia and no part of any state of the Union. Checkmate. Hear that, Lincoln? I love it. Come back around. These guys were state nationals, and now they're filing affidavits to get out of being a state national and go back to being a U.S. citizen. That's about the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's like, I'm on the way to being a king and being free, and now I'm just going to be a slave. Take care of it. Drives me crazy. I don't understand it. A resident is defined as an artificial entity and that is an alien with a domicile in the District of Columbia and no part of any state of the Union. Oh, right? Man, you go into your county, they want to sell you residential property. Those darn realtors. Where'd they get it? From the county, right? They want you to be a resident, to put you in a federal district and take you out of the jurisdictional land. Isn't that cool? An employee is defined in Title V of the USC in Section 2105, and it's defined in 26 USC Section 3401C, and it's defined in 26 CFR Section 31.3401C-1 as A U.S. person, as defined in 26 USC section 7701A30, where the U.S. is the government and not a geographical place. That means the corporation. I love definitions. We just destroyed the IRS with definitions. I'll tell you what I just did with these definitions. There went the IRS. You understand that, right? Quoted you the definitions right out of the United States Code. Out of the IRS code. That's it. A state national, a free man or woman upon the land, not domiciled, not as an employee, not as a resident, is a non-taxpayer. And if that ain't good enough, debt notes are non-taxable. And that's all they pay you in. Shoot, that was easy, wasn't it? How do you pay taxes on a debt? Lawyers and attorneys are not licensed to practice law. The nature of the lawyercraft in America. As per the United States Supreme Court, the practice of law cannot be licensed by any state. On and on and on. Texas has more than half of New Mexico, parts of Colorado, parts of Wyoming, parts of Kansas, parts of Oklahoma, a little teeny tiny bit of Louisiana. In fact, in Louisiana, in that little teeny tiny bit, there is a monument with a brass plaque that says, even though you're in the state of Louisiana at this time, this is the boundary line for the Republic of Texas. Oh, how cool is that? We can use Texas to reestablish all the republics because they never ceded their lands back in the United States, so there's always been a republic established. And as long as there's do you know the Republic of Texas has embassies in France and London? Do you know they have treaties with London and France? And treaties with Mexico? Do you know what makes a republic or any nation continuously operating in existence? Treaties with other nations. Do you know what we can do for your Republic of Oklahoma, Missouri, whatever surrounding state you're from? Do you know what we can do with that? I'm pretty good at writing treaties. All I need to do is write a treaty between the Republic of Texas and the Republic of Oklahoma, and you form your republic, and you have a president, a vice president, a senate, a Congress. You have representatives from each one of your counties, and believe me, your counties are not what you think they are. Or if you live in Texas County, Oklahoma, you're already a Texan. That's simple. That part's simple. Okay? has that panhandle thing that sticks out. Oklahoma doesn't have one. Sorry about your luck. You're a Texan. Be proud of it. All right, now, all you got to do is you form your republic. We write a treaty. Your republic is back in force. Now you can form your common law courts. Here's a mistake all of Anna's groups are making all over the country, and they have been for 35 years. And many years ago, I traveled all the way up to Big Lake, Alaska, to sit down with her and talk this over. And she knew the answer, and she does the opposite. I'm going to tell you right now, she knows the answer. The answer is this. The laws are clear. You can't have a common law jury unless you have a republic. How do you have one without having the other? If you have one without having the other, it's not recognized by any court in the land. Missouri has a republic. They really do. It's small right now. No, it has. We've already written the treaty. Here's the thing. You can't have one without the other. Keep track of my time frames for me. Let me know how we're doing. You can't have one without the other. If you have one without the other, it's not recognized. The nice thing about Texas and our common law courts is they're recognized by the state of it. I'll tell you what happened clear back in 1995. The Republic of Texas, and I know Bonnie briefly mentioned it, but the Republic of Texas, you want to find that for me? It's in there. There's a Republic of Texas decision by the Texas Supreme Court. No, that would have been a good one to read too. That's another definition of citizen. It's also the definition of the public charitable trust, and let's read that in a second. But somewhere in here is a Texas Supreme Court case. I know. You know, here's the problem. I tear it apart, I put it back together, things get out by every single time. Every single time. That's not it. No. It was close. I saw that word Texas and I jumped right on it too. Here, I'll let you look for it. Just look. It's one page down. Okay. Common law court held the case. There's always a winner. There's always a loser in any court, right? They held a common law case. One guy lost. He didn't like the answer. So he took it into the state courts. I call them the fraud courts. Bonnie calls them the fraud courts. And he took them into the state court. And the state court ruled it as res judicata, a settled matter, for want of jurisdiction. That means they want jurisdiction, but they don't have it. And they dismissed the case. He didn't like that answer. So he took it to the Texas Supreme Court. And the Texas Supreme Court, thank you, the Texas Supreme Court dismissed the case. I'm going to read it to you. This is just the cover, not the whole case, all right? It's the cover sheet of it. It's 2 pages, I lied. Well, this part's just the clerks. All right. The Supreme Court of Texas, the Honorable Dan Morales, Attorney General of Texas. And by the way, he was caught doing some crimes in the Republic of Texas, put him in jail. Okay. The Honorable Dan Morales, Attorney General of Texas, Case number 95-1002, in regarding the people of the Republic of Texas, by and through Richard L. McLaren, their legal diplomatic representative, as acting ambassador and consul general and legal affairs officer for the territorial land jurisdiction et al. Versus, that's now Bonnie's job. She holds that title. Now, dear counsel, today the Supreme Court of Texas dismissed the above numbered and styled proceeding for want of jurisdiction. The Constitution says that a trial by jury in common law